Hello friends, a very warm welcome to the Crochet Hook channel. Today we are going to crochet this beautiful Lumba Rakhi. It's very easy to prepare too. Here I have crocheted this green section, this tome section with simple stitches. Put these bead strings to decorate. Have added beads and cowrie shells of my choice and prepared the very simple pom-poms in 2 shades. So let's get started. Here I have used parrot green shade of Hobby India crochet thread. Nextly, I have prepared pom-pom with these 2 shades of wool. Nextly, a pair of scissors, and here I have crocheted it with 2 mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, few stitch markers, measuring tape, then golden beads of this kind, few cowrie shells for decoration, and nextly I have used 2 sizes beads to decorate it too. So let's get started. So to begin with, work a slip knot like this. Nextly chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now insert the hook into the very first chain and work a slip stitch to join this round like this. Our magic ring is created here. This is it. To begin our first round, chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over, insert the hook in the center of this magic ring and work 1 HDC. We'll be working in this round in this ring. Again, insert the hook into this ring and work another HDC. We'll be working HDCs into this ring till we reach a number of 13. Chain 2 also counts as an HDC, so at the end of this round we should have a total of 14 HDCs. So just keep counting and working HDCs into the ring like this. We are creating the green tomb section of this Lumba Rakhi. Nextly, insert the hook at the top second chain like this and work a slip stitch to join this round like this. For round 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, yarn over. In the same stitch where you created chain 2, work 1 HDC. Again, yarn over. In the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. Yarn over. In the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. Again, in the next stitch, work 2 HDCs, 1 and 2. We'll just be working 2 HDCs into every upcoming stitch in this round too. So at the end of this round, we should have a total of 28 HDCs. Here chain 2 also counts as an HDC. Including that chain 2, we should have a total of 28 HDCs. I have reached the end, and nextly into this top second chain, insert the hook and work 1 slip stitch. This joins this round as well. Round 2 completed. Now for round 3, chain 1, insert the hook into the next stitch, work 1 SC. At the top of this SC, put the stitch marker to recognize the stitch well when we return to this place. Again, insert the hook into the next stitch, work 1 SC. Just keep working one SC onto every upcoming HDC like this. One SC at the top of every HDC below. This is round 3. Keep the stitches slightly tight. It will give the form to the tomb. At the end of round 3 as well, we should have a total of 28 SCs. The last SC made, take out the marker and insert the hook at the top of the first SC made and work a slip stitch to join this round like this. Slightly turn the work like this. Now chain 1 again. Into the next stitch work 1 SC. Again work 1 SC into the next stitch and put the marker back at the top of the first stitch made. This is round 4 and we'll be working the same way as round 3. 1 SC at the top of every SC below. A total of 28 SCs to be made. So this is our second round of SCs and fourth round of this tomb shape. Just work 1 SC into every SC below, keeping the stitches little tight. The last SC made of this round, take out the marker, insert the hook at the top of the very first SC like this, work a slip stitch to join this round as well. See what kind of shape is coming up. And for the next round, chain 1 and work 1 SC in the next stitch and put the marker back at the top of the very first SC made like this. And this round also we'll be just working 1 SC at the top of every SC below, keeping the stitches little tight. And go all the way round like this. So here I have completed this section of SCs and I have created a total of 8 rows of SCs after creating the top of the tomb. And after the last row is made, put the knot, take out the thread, cut it out, secure it well. So the crochet section is completed. Also sew in the loose ends anywhere. So this cap or tomb shape is ready. Nextly, take a little longer thread. I have thread my needle with this longer green shade, and here You can insert it anywhere and just secure one end of this thread with this cap. I'll just secure one end of this thread, putting a few knots here in this very stitch. I simply want to attach this thread here. Nextly, I'm going to add the beads. I have thread my needle with the other loose end of that very thread, and I'm putting the beads here. I'm adding 10 beads of this size. That is enough here. You can obviously use beads in decoration of your choice. So having put 10 beads into the thread like this, drag it down, and nextly what we had to do earlier is we want to divide this cap into 3 equal sections. I'm not counting the stitches here. If the section where we just made this knot with the thread is the first point, I am just randomly putting 2 more markers at equal distances. So this divides this rim of this cap into 3 equal parts here. If you wish, you can also put the marker here as well at the first point like this. Now, after having put the beads into the thread, on one side insert the hook from outside towards the inside of the cap, and then take it out around the same stitch like this. So that string is secured there between the 2 markers. Again, I'm taking 10 beads into the needle. Drag it down towards the cap. Like this. And nextly onto the other side towards the 3rd marker, from outside towards the inside of the cap, insert the needle like this, secure the string, and then take out the same thread around that very stitch like this. This much is enough to secure the string in place. Again, we'll repeat the same procedure. We'll put 10 beads into the needle here. Drag it down to the bottom like this, and now we have reached the first marker. Take out the marker, we don't need them. Nextly, insert the hook, this needle from the outside towards the inside of the cap, and secure this bead string as well like this. And then take out from the same stitch, or from around the same stitch like this, as we are going to add one more string of beads. I'm adding here small white beads this time, and again I'm taking 10 beads of this size here. And the same way we'll be creating 3 strings of white beads as well. Around the same stitches we secured the golden stitches the same way. Take out the thread just around 1 stitch before the golden beads like this. Tighten it up. So this is how it should look. The second string of white beads I'm adding here. I have taken, in one string I have taken 10 beads, be it golden or white, and the same way secure it. Take the thread in, tighten it up, then take the thread out like this. One more time we'll repeat the same pattern of beads. So the last string is added, and here only I'll secure this thread with the knot, working a few knots to secure this thread at this very end. Also, I'm securing the thread, a little tail of the thread on the inside of this cap like this, and then I'll cut the thread, the extra thread that is there. So I've cut the thread and this is ready. Nextly, I'm going to use the pink and the lemon yellow shade of wool to create the two colorful pom-poms. So I'm just wrapping the yarn around the 3 fingers here until it reaches a certain thickness. So I've reached the desired thickness here, cut the thread, and like this, tie this whole bunch and secure it with a very tight knot here. It has to be a really tight one. Then with the help of scissor, just cut all the loops on both the ends, rotating this entire thing like this. Cut any loops anywhere and then begin giving it a circular shape by trimming it down, small cuts at a time. Keep rotating and keep trimming. By seeing it itself, you'll get to know where you have to trim to give it a round circular shape. Keep looking for any long thread anywhere and just trim that down. So here the pink shade pom-pom is ready, and the same way I have prepared the lemon yellow pom-pom as well. Nextly, I have taken a long thread with the needle. It's around 156 or 160 centimeters, and I'm adding this cowrie shell into this long thread, and on one end I'm just securing this cowrie shell with the thread and needle here. Cut the extra thread now onto the other loose end. I'm going to thread my needle with that end, and then I'm putting 3 big beads here. Please add decoration of your choice. Nextly, put the pom-pom that you wish to put. Insert the needle in the very center of it, drag it down. So this assembly is created. I'm going to put the stem above this lemon yellow pom-pom, around 4 centimeters above. So to secure that cap or tomb there only, I'm going to put a few knots above 4.5 centimeters this pom-pom. I have already made 5 knots because the thread is too thin, so I have to create a fewer number of knots here. Now insert this needle from the very center and drag it down like this. We are just arranging it all together. So the knot inside will keep this tomb in place above this pom-pom. Nextly, I'm putting the pink pom-pom as well. Insert the needle at the very center of the pom-pom each time. Drag it down towards this tomb. If you don't wish, don't put the second pom-pom, just add one and then add beads and cowrie shells. That still will look good. But I love big Lumba Rakhis, so I love to add a lot of decoration. Nextly, I am putting beads and cowrie shells alternatively into this thread. This is how I have arranged it above this pink shade pom-pom. This is the entire assembly. Now, here I am going to put very close knots 3 or 4 times to secure the bead in place like this. As I've already told, I have taken a long thread around 160 centimeters or so, because we'll be creating that string for the lumba with this very thread ahead. Now, work a slip knot very close to this bead, top bead, like this, as I have done. Insert the hook and work a slip knot like this. And now begin making the chains. Just simple chains we have to create till you reach a total length of 30 centimeters. I have reached 30 centimeters, so I have secured the chain as well. Now with this loose end, I have thread my needle, and here I am securing it in this very knot that I had created above the top bead. So I am just securing the thread here only, putting a few knots very tightly. So the loop for the lumba is created here. And secure the thread here only. Cut the extra thread, and this entire assembly is ready. See how beautiful, colorful and decorated it looks. You can add or remove any decoration according to your choice. Have fun crocheting, have fun learning. Happy Raksha Bandhan.